888-550-0050. Take life by the horns and go out to Prestige Dodge today.
The Pugs and Kelly Show.
Long road trips with my teenage kids are always a lot of fun.
Are we there yet?
I'm bored.
Change the radio station.
Can I drive?
Hey, enough already, okay? So I pulled over to CompUSA and I got us a great deal on a portable DVD player.
Let's get this one, Dad.
And these movies.
See, CompUSA has all the gear I need for the car. A DVD player, car adapters, but also a cell phone headset and a GPS tracking system for my sanity. Now the kids can watch movies in the backseat, and our trips are nice and quiet. Mostly. Okay, we're here.
Already? But the movie's not over.
Can't we drive around the block again, Dad?
Okay. Hey, wait a second. No.
Just like the Compton family, before your next trip, stop at CompUSA, where you'll find a 7-inch portable DVD player for under $170. Plus, get a Netgear wireless B router and adapter for the home with free installation, a $210 value for under $20. See store for details.
KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, live 105.3. The Russ Martin Show.
Hi, Robert.
Hey, Russ. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, I hate to bring the bad stuff into it, but Gavin better think about getting some tests, maybe some AIDS tests or something. If this skank's diddling that guy, there's no telling what's going on there, if you know what I'm saying.
They only been seeing each other for a couple of months. I would hope that Gavin's wearing something.
Well,
that's a good question, though. Thanks. I'll ask him. I bet he didn't, because, he gets all excited knowing that he's going to have sex.
Gavin.
Were you wearing condoms?
Always.
Every single time?
Mm-hmm.
Not once? Did you slip?
No. She didn't want to, but I did.
Yeah.
I'm very particular about that. I got too much riding on the line.
No, I understand. Yeah, she didn't want you to wear a condom. Well, I'd be the only one with it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No.
God. Yeah, I've had that before, too. Nobody else would want to use a condom, okay? Yep. That overemphasizes why I need to wear it, because I don't know what's going around in your Petri dish.
No. God.
I don't think. Is it somebody call about that, or is that just something you're thinking?
Somebody had called after the condom issue. Seeing as how she didn't want to wear one, so a couple of people had called in.
Maybe she was trying to get pregnant and have Gavin's baby?
Right.
Ooh. Ooh.
What? Ooh.
Gavin's,
cut him some slack just today.
Gavin's baby?
I understand.
Ooh. I think another gorilla got out.
No, he didn't. No. I don't know. He's a great guy. He deserves a better woman than that.
I want to bang her now.
I know you do. God, I could see it in your eyes.
But because I feel bad for him, I'm not going to go after it.
Quite yet.
I don't think she'd be interested in me. And if you don't leave, and I know you're listening, you don't leave Gavin alone, not only am I going to reveal everything about you that we've been covering up, I'm calling boyfriend and hipping him to everything that's going on. Here's something else. I want you to pay Gavin back for every dime he spent on you over the past 2 months. The whole time you've been lying. You don't give him that, I'm ratting you out to everybody.
That's fair.
He didn't get everything for free where they went. He dropped a lot of cash on her. There were great big weekends to where they had all these different places they were going, places she wanted to go.
Yes.
And Gavin pays for his sports tickets because he told me when he had to go buy them.
Yep.
So none of that was comped. Gavin, I want you to work up a list of how much money you think you spent over the past 2 months. I'm getting it back. That's fair.
I agree. I've seen you do this before. It's quite effective.
Why do you have to be so ugly? How would you like me to react?
Yeah.
Because they've asked that before. Well, why name calling? What have I told you? Don't be it. Don't get called one.
As you stand here in the street dripping.
Yeah. You still got the cheese. You're the cheesiest, and you're going to sit there and point fingers at me. You're right. I'm the one that dropped you off over here. I'm the one that told him to come home and you guys be in the house at the same time. I did all of it. This is my fault.
Well, she's got no other defense. You have to, at that point, you have to try to twist it.
He never said this, but I'll bet you either she was going to say it or it was said. Why don't you obviously don't trust me. What are you doing out in front of his house?
Yeah.
Obviously, our relationship, at a certain point, that was going to come out. Obviously, there's no trust in this relationship. I can't even be over here without you driving by and you're spying on me.
And you're dripping on the cement.
Yeah. Had it been me, I wouldn't even got out of the car. You just seen this arm swinging back and forth out of the window.
I know. Well, you wouldn't have gone home the night before. I don't know how he did it, because I've had those moments and those nights, and you can't sleep, and you're walking around your house. You can't do anything. All you can think about is what's going on there.
And you're paranoid that you're going to miss something.
Yeah.
Because if the van leaves or anything changes, then you have no concrete. There's nothing concrete, and then you go back to rationalizing. Because we all get in that situation with a chick that we're really into, and we'll rationalize. We'll even rationalize if we see them having sex. Maybe she's thinking about me.
It's breakup sex. She's leaving him. God.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Man, this story just gives me chills. God. The fact that he could tolerate this kind of stuff. He didn't go to jail, nothing.
No.
I mean, that's cool. I'm impressed with Gavin.
He didn't scream at her. He didn't do any. I don't know how you do that. I'd have been outside the car. Everybody on the block would have known what was going on.
Chicken noodle art all over the front yard.
Yeah, he would have known by the time I left the block what had been going on.
Amazing.
All right, thanks, Ronnie.
There's a lot of restraint.
Maybe he did something he's ashamed he won't tell us.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'd have gone ape.
I can't even think of not walking up to the door and going, let's play this out. You want honesty? Here's what's been going on, everybody.
Or at least as soon as you pull up, you see the moving van in the front yard. You go, all right, I'm going up to the door. I can't imagine talking myself out of not going up to the door.
Me neither.
I'd come through the wall like the Kool-Aid man.
I know.
Stop it.
Every time I'm about done with a visual, it hits me again.
The Russ Martin Show. The Alternative Talk Station. Live 105.3. Tonight, the new season of Joan of Arcadia continues on CBS. God has been asking Joan to do all kinds of things, but she's calling it quits.
I choose a life without you.
Will her decision hurt the person she loves most?
Call 911. Adam?
New Joan of Arcadia, then on Jag.
Cease fire! Cease fire! Who are they?
A Marine dies by friendly fire.
I promised his wife that I would bring him home safe.
Now Harmon Mack could discover
They all said they didn't fire until fired upon.
there was nothing friendly about it.
In the fog of war, errors occur on all sides.
My husband was murdered.
New Jag. Then, when you're a doctor in a Las Vegas casino,
My gun bleeding.
I'm not a dentist.
there's nothing wilder than a fight night.
I know how to take a punch.
Mom and Dad must be proud.
Rob Lowe, Joe Pantoliano, the new series Dr. Vegas, after new episodes of Joan of Arcadia and Jag.
It all starts tonight at 7 on CBS 11 for coverage you can count on.
Long road trips with my teenage kids are always a lot of fun.
Are we there yet?
I'm bored.
Change the radio station.
Can I drive?
Hey, enough already, okay? So I pulled over to CompUSA and I got us a great deal on a portable DVD player.
Let's get this one, Dad.
And these movies.
See, CompUSA has all the gear I need for the car. A DVD player, car adapters, but also a cell phone headset and a GPS tracking system for my sanity. Now the kids can watch movies in the backseat and our trips are nice and quiet. Mostly. Okay, we're here.
Already? But the movie's not over.
Can't we drive around the block again, Dad?
Okay. Hey, wait a second. No.
Just like the Compton family, before your next trip, stop at CompUSA, where you'll find a 7-inch portable DVD player for under $170. Plus, get a Netgear wireless B router and adapter for the home with free installation, a $210 value for under $20. See store for details. For more deals, visit CompUSA.com. CompUSA. Simplifying the business of life.
It's Sybil from the Pugs and Kelly Show. Let's talk to KJ from David McDavid Pontiac Buick GMC. Hey, KJ, how are you out there?
Sybil, I tell you what, I'm doing great. And you know what? I'm going to go away from what I normally talk about. Just thought I'd let you know. Between now and the end of the week, you got to take advantage. 0%, 72 months.
Yes, you can't beat that. That's no finance rate for 6 whole years. And it only lasts for 72 hours, right, KJ?
That's correct. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't want to take advantage of that, come in and drive the fast one. 350 horses. I keep telling you, every Texan deserves 350 horses. We're talking about the GTO, the fast one. So come get it.
And those are going for as low as $299 a month. So get in there, test drive one, and check it out. They're located at 183 in Beltline in Irving, or you can check them out online at mcdavid.com. But feel free to give them a call if you need directions or if you want to talk to KJ personally. Their phone number is 866-637-3000. That's 866-637-3000. And KJ, what did we say at David McDavid?
Friends don't let friends rob junk. Come see us today.
Your Mavs are back.
Finley with the intercept. Finley leading the break. Give it to Dirk. He dumps.
It's time to get rowdy, proud, and loud and be a part of the best show in town.
Dirk puts up the shot, scores it. Give him 40.
See new Mavs Dampier, Stackhouse, and Terry team up with Dirk, Mike, and the rest of the gang as they put a new spin on Dallas Mavericks basketball.
Beating Dirk, catch and shoot, 3-ball, rattle it home. Yes, sir.
Call 214-747-MAVS or visit Mavs.com. The Western Conference is up for grabs, and we've got a plan for every fan. 10-game, half, and full season ticket plans are on sale now. Guarantee yourself the opportunity to purchase a playoff package. Plus, order a plan today and receive a free limited edition 25th anniversary cap. Offer is good through October 15th.
Finley, a 20-footer wide of the key. Oh, he's got it cooking in the first half. Michael Finley rips the cords on the J.
Call 214-747-MAVS or visit Mavs.com today.
Dirk driving into the lane, gets to the cup. His layup rolls home, and it's an exclamation point for Dallas.
The Platinum Club 2 is now open. Prepare to be impressed. Enjoy the brand new 2-story, 18,000 square foot Gentlemen's Club. It's so big. With 2 VIP rooms, complete kitchen with lunch and dinner menus, a full selection of fine wines and cigars, the latest in lights and sound. Enjoy your favorite sporting events on 2 16 by 20 foot video walls. They're so big. The Platinum Club 2 is just behind the old Platinum Club on Northwest Highway, a half-mile west of 35. Just make a right on Lombardi Lane, and you can't miss it. It's so big. The Platinum Club 2. Prepare to be impressed.
Make a right on Lombardi Lane and a left on Wire Way. You can't miss it. Call 214-545-5600.
Play beer? Well, here we are at Carolyn's apartment. It's perfect playing conditions, TJ.
Yes, it is, Chris. The music, the Oriental rug, the hors d'oeuvres.
And here we go. Looks like a handoff to Kim.
Here you go, Kim.
Oh, Bud Light.
Yeah.
Oh, and a flag on the play.
Whoa. This could be big.
Okay, we have Roughing the Palate on Ned.
Wow.
Attempting to give Kim a beer with less taste than Miller Lite.
A terrible mistake by the rookie.
That's a no-good night kiss penalty. Camping trip next weekend is declined.
Ouch.
Oh, come on, Kim.
I need some time.
Kim.
Like, a lot of time.
Kim?
Later.
Replacing with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, half the carbs of Bud Light. Still 10 o'clock.
The night is young, TJ. Ned could still pull this one out.
I don't know how you bounce back from that.
Hey, Ned.
Stacy.
Hey.
Miller Lite.
Ooh.
Dig it.
What a comeback.
This season, make the call for more. Drink great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Live responsibly. 2004 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Per 12 ounce Miller Lite has 96 calories, 0.9 grams protein, 0 grams fat, 3.2 grams carbs. Bud Light has 6.6 grams carbs.
right, let me see.
There you go. That's what I was getting.
These are the Dallas ratings.
No. They accidentally listed us as KLLI in Austin.
I looked at it for a second and I went, how could we be number one in Austin in a month?
That's what Gavin gave me to give to you.
Are they that bad because I didn't get an email from John Hyatt today?
It's Friday. He's eating.
What is this?
Hello.
What is it, Terry?
Hey, I was going to ask you, was that your mom on TV this morning? On the news, like at 6 o'clock?
Yeah. Where are the ratings?
That's what I was given to give to you. Let me ask questions. What?
Where are the ratings?
I don't have them. There they are. You have the ratings.
I have the Dallas ratings.
That's what we have.
I have the Dallas.
That's all we have.
I've seen the Dallas ratings. I like being number one.
Number one. Congratulations. It's going to be a great day. Great day.
What is
Celebrate.
it? What is it in
Good
Austin?
times. Come on.
What is it?
I don't know. That's what I was told to give to you.
Is Gavin here?
He's not here.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Nobody's seen him?
His door's been closed since I got here about 11:30.
You got a cell, Dan? Let me see if he's in his office. Gavin. Maybe he fell between his desk. He's got the SIDS.
No. It's infants. Number one.
In Dallas-Fort Worth.
Highlighted.
I understand that. You don't have to highlight it when you're number one. It just goes top of the list. You go, where are the ratings? Well, there we are at the top.
Congratulations.
What happened in Austin?
Big day.
I haven't heard from John Hyatt, so something's bad.
I haven't heard. I've been busy with audio from the debate, and Mount St. Helens has exploded, and you're number one.
I'd love to continue with this happy radio.
I don't have it. What do you want me to do? I can't make up something I don't have.
Yes, Dan.
Gavin was just coming into the building. He should be in his office momentarily.
Gavin, you in there?
Hey, Russ.
What are you doing?
Just got back in the office.
Where you been?
I was in a meeting.
With who?
Business.
Telephone.
I just can't say on the air.
Why?
But it was a great meeting.
With who?
I'll tell you later. Great.
What was it about?
Just about some stuff we're going to do with the station.
No wonder Rachel left you.
What are you talking about?
You're so non-committal.
Be nice.
No, I just can't say on the air.
All right, let me take you off. All right, tell me now. No, I don't believe you. You can hear me in your office. You're not on the air. Do you hear yourself? No, you don't.
He's good. He's good.
I swear. Hold on a second. Can you guys hear him through my headphones?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I got to back away from let me turn my mic off. All right, tell me now. Hello? Gavin. Tell me now. All right. You're back on. Wasn't exciting.
Okay.
It wasn't worth the cover-up.
I got you.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. I don't have the ratings for Austin. Where are they?
I'll get them for you ASAP. I don't have them. They don't come on my computer. So I'll make a call down there and get them for you.
I thought they came in at 10:30 this morning. Why is this that big of a deal?
Why is it such a big deal?
Yeah.
I think it's exciting.
So why don't I have them?
I'm going to get them for you. I had to run out to this meeting, and it lasted long.
Email.
Get the phone.
Yeah, get the phone. Maybe it's Austin.
Hi, it's Gavin.
Dan, get Clay on the phone.
I'll get him for you ASAP.
No, I'll find somebody that actually works. Thanks. I didn't realize this. We had a nice bump in August. in a person's 1834.
What did it go to?
From a 6'4" to an 8'6".
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Ticket didn't do so well.
No.
They went from a 6'0" to a 4'6".
Not a good August.
Sad.
That was when the Rangers were playing.
Is that supposed to help?
That helps a
Everett, you owe me
station.
money.
What do I owe you money for?
Didn't we have a bet about the Rangers in the playoffs?
I think you bet that they were going to tank, which they didn't.
Did they make the playoffs?
I don't think that was the bet, was
Yeah,
it?
I think it was.
What was the bet? JD, do you remember?
I really don't remember.
Dan, do you remember?
If I remember correctly, it was Everett thought they would make the playoffs. You said they would tank, and technically they tanked because they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs. How much did we bet?
That I don't remember, but I'm sure it was at least a couple hundred.
Yeah, it's always a couple hundred.
Sounds awfully speculative to me. Unless we have a firm amount, I don't think I can pay.
So you're going to make me go get the copy of the show?
Well, I think that's the only way to determine what the amount was and if, in fact, we actually bet.
I just thought I was betting with a stand-up guy. I didn't realize I went to Welch Central.
Well, what did we bet?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, thanks.
Until I find the show. Did you get a hold of Clay? He's got to answer.
Yeah, he's got to be there.
I can't even think of a good analogy.
I don't know.
Obviously, he's got to be there. That's like asking the dummy, is the ventriloquist home?
He must be there.
Yeah. Is that him? All right. Clay.
Yo, Russ.
What are the ratings?
I haven't really seen much. I just went to talk to Dusty, actually, and he said that we really didn't show much at all. The whole station. But you got to realize, I mean, it was only really August, so, I mean, there's really nothing to look at anyway, but I haven't seen everything, so. Nobody sent anything to you?
No, I don't have anything. Well, that explains it then. So, obviously, it was below a 2.5. Wasn't that what the bet was?
That was it.
Tell Fat Ass he owes me $500. That's the GM there. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Go tell him now.
Okay.
Lay the phone down.
I have to walk to his office.
Oh. Well, then call me back. Tell me what he says.
Okay.
All right. I told you.
I'm shocked.
Why?
Just because just the people that I talked to from Austin got emails that said there's a lot of street talk. Normally that comes into ratings.
Okay.
Especially in a smaller market because it takes fewer people in the sample to make the ratings.
I don't know what that means.
Just statistically, they need fewer people to report you as the station they listen to get a percentage point.
I don't understand.
It's a smaller sample. It's a statistical thing. You should have done really good this time, but you don't.
I got that.
All right.
I have a question, though. What about the fact that Austin's sort of a college town, and college was pretty much out of session in August? I mean, do you think it'll make a difference, given that a lot of the people that go to school
I
there...
got $500. I'll tell you what the problem is. It's the thing. It's that they call the thing the coyote.
It's not very descriptive of the format.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? They're going to be
No, I understand.
tens of thousands more people there.
I don't know how it works with the ratings, and do you have to have a permanent address? And because I don't think they sample people who are
transient.
I see.
Hang on, I got an email from John Hyatt.
What? What? What's he saying?
There were no ratings at all, but you beat all the other day parts.
What does he mean, no ratings?
I don't know. It just said no ratings.
I've never heard of that. That's impossible.
I don't
And if there are no ratings, how do you beat anybody?
I think it was.
zero?
I think it's a joke.
Oh,
I don't know. That's all I got out of him. So they're not telling me anything. Obviously, whatever it is, it's bad. It ain't my fault.
No.
I ain't programming that dump. Normally, I'll take responsibility. I ain't taking responsibility for this one. Oh, turn off the lights. Let's get on the floor.
No, we're not.
I said from the beginning, it's going to be hard for anybody outside of North Texas to get a handle on this show. You got a 43-year-old jackass who claims he wipes from front to back, says he's got feline leukemia, and he's got a colored-hating sidekick.
I don't.
That's a hard concept. Those are weird dynamics to get your hands on.
Yeah, but Austin's very eclectic. They'll
I don't think they're that eclectic.
No, but they'll spool up. They will.
Perhaps they'll embrace your racism in the next book.
I'm not a racist.
I think I'm going to execute my 30-day out clause in Austin.
Why? Why not just let it ride? What do you care?
I don't want to be associated with a loser.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Jody.
Hey, Russ. I was just going to let you know, I think the actual bet was whether or not the Rangers would win the pennant, and the amount was $500.
No, I don't think we would have gone that far. That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
I like the $500, though. Yes, Mike?
Hey, Russ, he's right. It was $500, but it wasn't if they won the pennant. Everett bet you $500 that the Rangers would be at the top of their division at the end of the season, and you even told Everett, I'm going to make you pay this time, so you better be serious. And he said he was serious.
Yeah.
We've got about, 3-4 different versions of the bet. I think
no, the amount is $500.
You just got through saying you thought that was crazy.
No, them getting the pennant is crazy. Yeah. Making the playoffs and $500 makes sense. I'll accept that.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you will.
Well, give it to me. I get $500 from John Hyatt today and some from Everett.
Profitable day.
Not for sales in Austin.
Mm-mm. No. They need O'Malley and Sybil as a midday show.
That's not gonna pull them out of the toilet.
Well, I could help.
That turd's just about to hit the bottom of the bowl.
All right. Just trying to help.
They need to let Gavin take care of the imaging down there.
Mm. Yes, he did a very good job here.
We don't need to be on no Coyote. Unless you're into that freaky crap. All right. We got time for news?
Start now.
What if we start in 4 minutes?
Probably not.
I'm going anyway. All right, 327, JD Rides here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Brought to us by Dr. Tylock.
Looking for a reason to have custom view intra-LASIK at Tylock Eye Care and Laser Center this summer? Call 972-258-6400 to find out about the Tylock 2020 or free guarantee. That's 972-258-6400.
Friday, October 1st, 2004. Mark McGuire turns 41 today. What did you do? I missed it.
I opened up this can of soda. It started spewing all over the place. So Chloe jumps under the console to get me a trash can.
Yeah.
I just hold it over Chloe.
You don't even get on the carpet.
Yeah.
He's easier to wash. Mark McGuire is 41 today. Randy Quaid turns 54. Julie Andrews is 69. Tom Bosley, 77. Jimmy Carter, 80. Over the weekend, Tiffany will turn 33. Kelly Ripa is 34. Sting will be 53 on Saturday. Don McLean, 59. Johnny Cochran, 67. And then on Sunday, Backstreet Boy Kevin Richardson, 33. Tommy Lee will be 42. Biff Henderson from the David Letterman Show, 58. And Roy Horn, barely hanging on at 60. President George W. Bush scowled and Senator John Kerry scribbled while both men recycled much of their campaign positions and rhetoric last night at the big presidential debate. It was the first time each had actually had to stand in close quarters with each other. The president scowled at times when Kerry leveled some of his charges and looked away in apparent disgust at others. Kerry often looked down at his lectern and took notes when the president was speaking.
It's a lectern.
Podium.
Why they call it a lectern?
It's just a synonym.
Oh. All right.
TV networks seem to agree that Thursday night's presidential debate had substance, but the Democratic John Kerry probably came out on top. But they point out both candidates seemed to hold their own pretty well, and that neither did anything embarrassing. An instant poll from ABC found 45% of those asked believes Senator John Kerry won the debate. 36% say it went to President Bush, and 17% called it a tie. CBS had a similar result.
Hold on a second.
Some audio.
Yes, Beth?
Yeah, I was just wondering if your mom was on TV this morning.
Why do you people keep asking me that?
Is her first name Helen?
No.
Oh, well, my mistake then.
You want me to read the story they're talking about before we get to the audio from the debate?
Yeah.
There was a woman named Helen Martin in the Pleasant Grove area. Well, at first, it appeared to be a routine traffic accident at Grove Oaks Boulevard and Trego Court in Pleasant Grove. Helen Martin, who lives across the street, was getting up to get a drink about 3 o'clock in the morning when she looked out the window and saw a car hit a large plastic trash can in front of her house, then careened over the curb and into the neighbor's front yard. Inside the car, police found a woman who had been shot multiple times. She was dead at the scene. The identity of the victim has not been released. Police say they know little about who shot the woman or why. But the lady...
They think the lady with all the bullets in them was my mom?
No, the lady they interviewed who was the neighbor that saw it happen was Helen Martin and Pleasant Grove. So everybody's emailing me going, is this Russ' mommy?
No.
I knew that.
Okay. Glad you guys were excited about that.
It's big doings this morning on the email trail. They all wanted to know.
Because there's only one Martin in Pleasant Grove.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, what audio you got?
Cut number 1. That's the purple one. Cut number 1. Let's see. George Bush is the U.S. at greater risk of attack if Kerry wins. Here's his answer.
It's coming.
I don't believe it's going to happen. I believe I'm going to win because the American people know I know how to lead. I've shown the American people I know how to lead. I understand everybody in this country doesn't agree with the decisions I made. And I made some tough decisions. But people know where I stand. People out there listening know what I believe.
He's a Weezer.
And that's how best it is to keep the peace.
Yeah. Cut number 2 is John Kerry. He says he will hunt down and kill the terrorists. Cut number 2.
By himself?
No, I think he'll send other guys.
Oh.
Yeah. Troops and such.
Oh, okay.
I believe in being strong and resolute and determined. And I will hunt down and kill the terrorists wherever they are. But we also have to be smart. And smart means not diverting your attention from the real war on terror in Afghanistan against Osama bin Laden and taking it off to Iraq, where the 9/11 Commission confirms there was no connection to 9/11 itself in Saddam Hussein, and where the reason for going to war was weapons of mass destruction.
I respect the fact that he wants to go and kill the terrorist.
Yes. Didn't tell us how he was
as
going
long
to
as he's doing it for food.
Yeah, it's a bad war. Let's see here. Cut number 3, Bush answers the question, what about Senator Kerry's point, the comparison he drew between the priorities of going after Osama bin Laden and going after Saddam Hussein?
Jim, we got the capability of doing both. As a matter of fact, this is a global effort. We're facing
So did Kerry say something? I missed part of it. I didn't see the whole debate. I got home late.
He said Senator Kerry.
Did Kerry say something about
Osama bin
we
Laden.
focused on Osama? Guy. We didn't go after both guys.
No, we went after the guy where we knew he was in his palace, and the other guy's in a cave. We couldn't really find him.
Yeah, but we were looking for him.
We've been looking for him the whole time.
Just because we haven't caught him doesn't mean we're not looking for him.
And Bush said basically, we got enough guys. We really go after both.
We got 2 Jeeps. In case.
Yeah.
Group of folks who have such hatred in their heart, they'll strike anywhere with any means. And that's why it's essential that we have strong alliances, and we do. That's why it's essential that we make sure that we keep weapons of mass destruction out of the hands of people like Al-Qaeda, which we are. But to say that there's only one focus on the war on terror doesn't really understand the nature of the war on terror.
Cut number 4. Want to move on?
His syntax was a little off on that one.
Yeah.
We got the idea. Mm-hmm. He's a good guy.
He is.
He's just a little disturbed. He had the blinky thing going on.
I know,
like his contacts were dry.
I know.
And he needs to work on his game face because like all the commentators were saying and everybody saw, every time Kerry would say something, he'd scowl or look away. He doesn't need to be reacting. That doesn't look good.
Yeah. Everything was I just smelled a poot face.
Right. Yeah.
Because he'd go like this. Kerry would make a response. He'd go,
yeah. Like, Yeah. And that's not a good face for him. It looks dopey.
Yeah. When he was pursing his lips.
Right.
He just kind of looks stupid.
He's already shorter. He leaned over too much. Lean over to make a point, but don't lean over the whole time.
Yeah. Did you see how they adjusted the cammers?
I did, yeah.
The podiums didn't line up, but the heads did.
The heads did. I saw that.
So obviously they were trying to, not to give one of them to make one of them look taller than the other.
Right.
Even though that's the case.
Clearly. Because the microphones were 6 inches different.
Have you heard the stat about the taller president winning?
Yeah. I've also heard the one about the one that sells the most Halloween masks wins. So, we're in.
Whatever works, I guess.
Yeah, Justin.
Hey, what's up, Russ?
Nothing.
Hey, man, look, I'm 26. I found that stupid little bracket you're talking about. I'm telling you, buddy, I really wish you wouldn't go away. I hope it could give us another chance. Let all these goomasses down at the 40 acres realize the fact that this is not a hip-hop station anymore. But, I love the show. It doesn't.
What's a Dumas?
It's a
creative way to say
something else.
Let me turn the mics off. Well, why didn't you just say dumbass?
Because it's so much funnier the way he said it.
No, it's not. That's stupid. I'm getting out of Austin. I'm guessing that's where he was calling from. All right.
Cut number 5 is George Bush talking about being resolved and following through with his plan for Iraq. Cut to 5.
First of all, what my opponent wants you to forget is that he voted to authorize the use of force and now says it's the wrong war at the wrong time at the wrong place. I don't see how you can lead this country to succeed in Iraq if you say wrong war, wrong time, wrong place. What message does that send our troops? What message does that send our allies? What message does that send the Iraqis? No, the way to win this is to be steadfast and resolved and to follow through on the plan that I just outlined.
Most of them didn't have any really cute little quips last night. There wasn't any really jab. George got one in, kind of. He talks about cut number 6, how can he pay for all these promises that he's making?
I don't think we want to get to how he's going to pay for all these promises. It's like a huge tax gap. And anyway, that's for another debate.
And this is the last cut, number 7. George Bush and John Kerry both, they go back and forth over consistency.
I wasn't misleading when I said he was a threat, nor was I misleading on the day that the president decided to go to war when I said that he had made a mistake in not building strong alliances and that I would have preferred that he did more diplomacy. I've had one position, one consistent position, that Saddam Hussein was a threat. There was a right way to disarm him and a wrong way, and the president chose the wrong way.
30 seconds, Mr. President. The only thing consistent about my opponent's position is that he's been inconsistent. He changes positions. And you cannot change positions in this war on terror if you expect to win. And I expect to win. It's necessary we win. We're being challenged like never before, and we have a duty to our country and to future generations of America to achieve a free Iraq, a free Afghanistan, and to rid the world of weapons of mass destruction.
And with the first of the 3-day debates behind him, President Bush and John Kerry obviously hit the campaign trail again today, each trying to persuade the voters that they won the very first face-to-face battle last night. By the way, the vice presidential candidates meet on Tuesday night for their only debate. What? I don't know.
The whole thing is retarded.
I know it is. You just keep hoping one of them will do something stupid. But no, he did. It was boring.
One of them would just back up, cock his head back, and just blow out a lug. I don't know why. Just something different. Just to go, you know what? Here's what I think about that. And let it just rip off his mic. But nobody's ever going to do anything like that because they're afraid that the media would focus on that.
Yeah, I'm thinking we'd lead with that on CNN.
After watching, I think I caught about, it ended a little early, right? Didn't end it right at 9:30.
I watched the replay on C-SPAN because they stayed on a split screen the whole time, and I wanted to watch back and forth. So I watched the replay. So I don't really know how long it lasted.
Okay.
It's supposed to be 90 minutes exactly.
After watching what I saw, I actually think now that I would vote for Kerry.
Really?
No. Okay. And if you go back and look at the numbers,
yeah,
the winner of the debate is Bush. Because between the people who thought it was a tie and the people that thought that Bush won was greater than 50%.
That's true.
So Bush didn't lose any ground.
All he really had to do was not lose.
Right. Kerry looked better. He looked better prepared. He looked rehearsed.
We know he's a better speaker. There's no doubt.
My biggest thing is you can't get on television one time and undo all the crap that's led up to this. He had a bunch of people sit around and come up with answers. Did they have the questions ahead of time?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. What kind of debate is that?
Well, I mean, there is some element of spontaneity in that they have to respond and so forth. But clearly, Bush was working off his notes far more so than he should have. That was one thing I really noticed that made him look less presidential, I think.
I thought Bush's responses seemed more genuine because they didn't seem as rehearsed. That could, but a lot of time. I mean, look at this show. People think those great big long gaps are because there's some
drama.
Yeah, there's some genius behind it. I got nothing to say. So maybe the same thing with Bush. He didn't have anything to say, and finally it come on him. It just seemed to be less rehearsed, even though, they'd been pounding it in his head for the past week and a half.
Nobody got any real zingers off, though. I was expecting at least one or two back and forth.
I think Kerry rehabilitated the line of, I voted for that before I voted against it, where he said, I misspoke about the war.
Yes, but,
which is worse, actually screwing it up or what I said?
Or doing it.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but that's probably the best line that I got out of it for him to go back and address that issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything is going to change my mind between now and the election. No. Did you notice? He did a couple of times, but for the most part, Bush never referred to Kerry as Kerry or Senator Kerry.
Right.
It was always my opponent.
Yeah.
Right.
That was slick.
So not only did he didn't acknowledge him by name, he didn't acknowledge him by his title either.
I know.
Lawyers do that in court, too. If you're a defense lawyer, you call your client by the first name. You call the prosecuting attorney the government's lawyer.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of little things. I mean, they need to tell him quit with the blinky blinks.
I think it was because he'd been up all day.
Well, it could be.
I think he'd been through Florida looking at the damage in the hurricane, and they said that he's in bed early.
Yeah.
I don't know if normally if I get a nap, I'm okay.
Yeah. Quit drinking so much water and putting it down loudly. It distracted me every time he was down with that glass.
Oh, I remember him doing that once.
Yeah.
First, I thought it was a cute trick because he put it down, it was empty. He pulled it back up, and it was full. You see that?
I did, and I thought it was the same thing. I went, that was cool.
Yeah. he should have pointed at it and went, eh?
I said, yes, tip it to the camera.
Yeah?
Look at that.
Why is it? Well, empty. Yeah, it's full. It said, bunny pigeon.
I'll see you again.
Yeah, just while Kerry's not making any sense, if he happened to be rambling, do the pull your thumb apart trick on camera. Just to be an ass. Show the public that you got a sense of humor. Yes, Tiffany?
Yeah, I was actually going to make a comment. JD said earlier that George Bush was the only one that kind of got in like a little snidey comment about how Kerry was planning on spending all this money or where he was going to get it from. But Kerry came back, and when George Bush said, do you mind if I rebuttal? I think this deserves a rebuttal. John Kerry goes, you made up the rules, so I don't care. But nobody heard that. It was like the TV panned away too soon.
Who made up the rules?
That George Bush did. Wasn't it him that put together you had to stand behind the podium, you couldn't interrupt each other?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I think both camps had input on the rules. They have been both.
What, Dan?
JD's right. Both camps, when they do this, it's like a huge negotiation process, and they have to come to a huge compromise on every minute detail. One of which was the Bush campaign didn't want the candidates to be allowed to walk away from their podium.
I'm sure because they don't want the height differential to become more apparent.
Well, you can't do anything about that. We already know that Kerry's tall and Bush isn't. How tall is Bush?
I don't know. Over 6 feet, isn't he?
No, I think he's...
But Kerry can't be that tall.
I believe Kerry's about 6'3" or 6'4". Bush is 5'11", if I remember correctly.
Okay. Trying to think of what else. I kind of liked it when they were nice to each other near the end. They made comments about each other's family.
Thanks for being nice to my kid. Have your kids and my kids are getting along and all that stuff.
Because, seriously, Kerry could have gone off on Bush's kids, going, look, you can't control your kids. You got a couple of drunkard kids. You can't rein in. What makes you think you can run this country?
He could have.
He can't very well attack his children and come off looking good.
No, he couldn't. And he did.
Well, if I was losing, I would start pulling out everything.
Bush did even say...
I'd talk about his mom.
You would, yes. Yes, you would. But Bush even said almost kind of under his breath, I try to keep him on a leash.
Yeah.
Did you hear the Cameron Diaz quote, by the way, on the Oprah show? I had that on cut number 8. This is why people that act shouldn't talk about politics. In a misguided effort, if you want to hear it, to convey the importance of voting, here's what Cameron Diaz told Oprah on the 29th.
What cut?
Cut number 8.
We have a voice now, and we're not using it. And women have so much to lose. I mean, we could lose the right to our bodies. We could, if you think that rape should be legal, then don't vote. But if you think that you have a right to your body and you have a right to say what happens to you and fight off that danger of losing that, then you should vote.
Who's in favor of legalizing rape?
I'm not voting. Is she talking about abortion?
That's got to be it.
I have no idea what she's talking about. She's trying to emphasize how important it is to vote.
Well, no, abortion wouldn't make any sense because if you're pro-life, then nobody goes in and does anything to you.
Well, that's the only thing that even possibly makes sense, because maybe she's saying that, if the pro-lifers have their way and even if you're raped, you can't have an abortion. And so therefore you lose the right to your body. That's the only thing that conceivably makes sense to me out of all that.
How disappointing.
I know. She should never talk.
I thought she was a little smarter than that. Let me see if I can. If you think it's... Oh.
We have a voice now, and we're not using it. And women have so much to lose. I mean, we could lose the right.
Hot chicks are so pathetic.
I know. Don't talk
because
politics.
every guy sits around. I don't care who you are, because you're thinking, I could be the one that she snaps and decides to have sex with right here at the Denny's.
Yes.
I'm going to listen to everything that she's got to say. Every guy does that to her, so she thinks she's got something important.
Right.
One of the chicks I dated one time, her sister was hot. Great big yeets. And she thinks that she just had this great big intellect because guys talk to her all the time. I went, they're not talking to you because you're smart or you're conversational. You got those two great big pork chops that God can give you to hang off your neck.
Yeah.
And she didn't get it.
No. Because guys talk to her all the time. So it's consistent.
I'm smart. I'm funny. Guys like talking to me. They like talking to you because they think they're going to get a look at them eaters.
Yes.
To our bodies. We could, if you think that rape should be legal, then don't vote.
Illegal, don't vote. Okay.
But if you think that you have a right to your body and you have a right to say what happens to
you, it's got to be abortion.
Yeah, it's got to be. Losing the right to your body.
You and fight off that danger of losing that, then you should vote.
Do you know they're going to start making Lucky Charms out of whole oats?
I didn't know that. Really? I didn't get that story. I was focusing on the debate.
Hold on. How we doing, Chloe? Hi, Daryl.
Hey, Russ. How's it going?
Yeah.
I don't want to contradict Everett, but the guy that was running the debate said before they started that he had written all the questions and that nobody had access to them. The moderator, Lehman.
So they didn't have them.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right. Thanks.
Well, still, I'm sure they're up on all of the issues well enough to cover whatever gets asked.
Well, I saw something that talked about the vice presidential debates that are going to be Tuesday, and they said these are going to be interesting because they're not going to have the questions. So whenever it goes,
maybe because there were they knew the topics last night. They didn't know all the questions.
Okay.
There were, I believe, 3 topics: Iraq, defense, and something else. So
all you really have to do is sit down with each candidate and pound him on every possible negative thing. And if you can come up with answers to those, you can handle anything else.
Yeah. And they knew the flip-flop thing was going to come up.
Right. So Kerry had an answer for that. All right, I misspoke. But I just misspoke. Is it worse than what President Bush did? All right, that was his way to fix that.
And they clearly had notes covering whatever it is they were discussing because Bush referred to them repeatedly.
They never taken notes. I wish Bush would have taken more notes. He looked studious when Kerry was writing down stuff.
It also kind of looked like he wasn't paying attention, though.
Very much.
I meant Kerry.
Yeah. But what, you mean because he was taking notes?
Yeah.
Oh, I got the opposite impression.
No, it seemed like he was working on his response even before Bush was done. Yeah. That's the way I look at that.
Well, he probably was. He probably knows his response without hearing what Bush says because he knows Bush's position.
But overall, yeah, I'd say Kerry won that one. That's like I said before it happened. He's going to come off looking better than Bush. If Bush can just get out there and make it through the hour and a half without dropping a doo-doo, he'll be okay. He really will. I mean, that's the long and the short of it.
Yep.
And the way it plays out, if Bush got 28% and 17% didn't care, then that's over 50.
Yeah.
That's over 50, so he didn't lose.
Not quite, but it's pretty close.
Right. Yes, Rosanna?
I was going to make a comment about Cameron Diaz trying to get into her brain and what she meant by her comment.
Okay.
I think she was using an extreme example, but I think she's comparing it to other countries that women that don't have voices and men completely rule, they could, rape somebody and just get away with it. I'm sure our country will never get to that point, but she's just trying to use an extreme example to say if you don't voice your opinion now, it could come to where men totally rule again and we won't have a say or in whatever happens to us.
I'm okay with that.
Maybe it's some kind of code only chicks understand.
What did Oprah say after that?
I didn't have the whole tape. I just got the sound clip. I don't watch Oprah because it's on while we're here.
Oh. There's got to be something before or after that sound clip that explains what the hell they're talking about, because you just don't get on and go, hey, if you like getting raped, don't go vote, because you get in them little booths and they rape you. There's something on either side that I'm not privy to. I don't really care, and I don't like it when celebrities talk about politics, because I don't care what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how Harrison Ford's going to vote. Right. You can go play the president. I don't want to know who you're going to vote for. Doesn't mean anything to me.
John Kerry, I got a live feed today. I was watching him in Florida, and right after he's done, a Bruce Springsteen song comes on. Because, that's the big Bruce Springsteen thing starts today. The Rock the Vote thing kicks off with Dixie Chicks, James Taylor. They're going to be in the very first anti-Bush Vote for Change show. The ticket sales are low at some venues. The Chicks' Natalie Maines is suggesting that the reason that country music is not supporting them, she told the LA Times, we haven't sold a Fox Theater in St. Louis. No one would know we're even there. Radio is ignoring us. Dixie Chicks and Taylor, they're set to do 6 shows together in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Iowa, Missouri, and Florida. She's also is keenly aware the band will never enjoy the same fan base it had after her negative comments about President Bush.
Good.
And then Bruce Springsteen, Dave Matthews, Pearl Jam, R.E.M., and John Mellencamp are all doing the big Rock the Vote.
I couldn't care less. I don't care what they think. They all live in fantasy worlds. You can't take advice from somebody that lives in a world where everybody kisses their ass. Oh, John, that last album was great. Okay, I know you haven't had a hit in 17 years.
At least.
But your stuff is still great. They're around kiss-ass people all the time.
Yep.
I'm the best person to listen to because people always tell me that I suck. I have no self-esteem.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Every time the ratings come in, you have self-esteem.
No, I don't. I look at them and go, we're safe for another 3 months.
Okay.
The next 3 months is when they're going to figure us out. See? Austin's obviously smarter than Dallas-Fort Worth because they'd have figured us out already.
No, Austin didn't have had any promotion or time.
It's brand new.
It make no difference.
And that was only... No, it does.
Only what?
It was 1 month.
So?
Well...
You said we was going to hang on to some of the boogities.
I figured we would hang on to some of the boogities.
What happened?
Well, we also had a call letter change in there.
I don't make any difference. We had call letter changes here. When this station went from country and I moved from the rock station over here, first month we went up, what, 1,700?
Yeah, at least.
Percent. 1 month. Wasn't supposed to happen, but it did.
But it did.
What happened in Austin? You said because we went from a music format to talk,
normally
we would keep some of the boogities.
Normally you hang on to the boogities. Or the country people or whatever music format because it's not divided by music.
Well, it was boogity before us.
I understand. It's just...
What?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for it. I've never seen that in my life.
Well, I mean, you've got to remember, too, people know who you are and knew who you were before you came to this station in this market.
That's what I've been saying. That's why I don't think we're going to play outside Dallas-Fort Worth. I think I won off the Coyote in Austin. I don't like having a loss in my column.
We'll give it 1 more month. That's only fair.
Why is it fair?
Just give it... you didn't even give it a chance.
I gave it a chance. I gave it a month.
1 month.
All the boogities run off. Maybe we need more boogity bumpers.
No.
Load up a boogity bumper, Club.
No more boogity bumpers.
Maybe that would help.
No. What?
Turn it down.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi. What are boogities?
Just load any bump. Yeah, Back in Love again right here. That's good. LTD. All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
OTC wants to give you the chance to win the ultimate home tailgating sweepstakes.
Official rules and entry details. Visit cbssportsline.com/PrivaSec-OTC. Use as directed for 14 days for treating frequent heartburn.
The alternative talk station. Live 105.3.
Okay, name 5 things that remind you of fall.
No problem. There's pumpkin carving, colorful leaves, crisp, cool mornings, the Fall Phone Fest. Oh, and the Fall Phone Fest.
Wait, you just said that.
Yeah, but it should count twice, because for 10 days only, now through October 11th, Verizon Wireless will help you make this a fall to remember. Buy an AudioVox 8910 camera phone for just $49.99 and get an LG 3200 color phone free, each with new 2-year agreement. So whether it's picking out pumpkins or playing in a pile of leaves, it's now easier than ever to capture the best of fall memories with a new camera phone for $49.99.
I'll say.
Plus, now's the perfect time to get your whole family in with the Family Share Plan. So stop by or call 1-800-2-JOIN-IN today. But hurry, no matter how many times you count it, the Fall Phone Fest ends October 11th. Are you on America's best, most reliable wireless network? Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. Subject to customer agreement. $175 cancellation, $15 activation, and other fees and restrictions.
For the first time ever on DVD, it's Disney's Aladdin, now on a 2-disc special edition. A spectacular digital presentation with enhanced surround sound.
Let's make some magic!
It's the story of a princess who dreams of another world.
I've never even been outside the palace walls.
A boy who wishes for a better life.
Someday things are gonna change.
A villain who longs to be sultan.
That would be me.
And the one who can make all their wishes come true.
Genie of the Lamp!
A DVD filled with magical bonus features, plus the unforgettable Academy Award-winning music.
A whole new
Critics call Aladdin Disney's most magical adventure ever. Joel Siegel raves it's a magic carpet ride that just doesn't stop.
Keep your hands and arms inside the carpet.
Disney's timeless classic, Aladdin 2-disc special edition. Rated G. Own it for the first time on Disney DVD Tuesday, October 5th.
The Gas Pipe. Gas Pipe. Gas Pipe. It's a smoke shop. It's a gift shop. It's a football party shop.
All you care about is football.
Score big. 430-watt indoor grow light kits now just $229.99. Tight end. All Zan and OCB papers always only 99 cents a pack. Clean break. 16-ounce Zydot body detox on sale at $19.99 a bottle. Forward motion. Up to 20% off sex toys, including $1.99 3-pack and Temple condoms.
Certainly take their football seriously, don't they?
For quality smoke and gift and grow selection and service with a winning smile, nobody beats the Gas Pipe. Gas Pipe. Gas Pipe.
The man is really himself, and he's watching a football game.
In North Dallas on Skillman, just north of 635. In Arlington on Collins, just south of I-30. And in Central Dallas on Maple off Wycliffe.
That's football, right?
Yes. Score big in the end zone with hard-hitting savings on sex toys, rolling papers, body detox, and indoor grow gear. Now, through this football weekend, only at the Gas Pipe. Gas Pipe. Sale ends Sunday. The Gas Pipe.
It's an awesome weekend. Hot rods and rock and roll. We're the good guys. We're the good times. October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, it's the K&N Filters Good Guys Rod and Custom Nationals at Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. A giant 3-day nostalgia happening. Over 2,000 specialty cars and trucks through 72 vintage Little Deuce Coupes, Lead Sled, Mercs, Mighty Muscle cars. Just hundreds of chop, drop, chrome plated, and candy cutter cars and trucks that'll blow your mind. See the competition for the Good Guys Truck of the Year. Check out the manufacturer's exhibit, Swap Meet Cars for Sale, Model Car Show, Arts and Crafts, and Nostalgia Rock and Roll. Take a Team Texas NASCAR style ride. It's all happening October October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at Texas Motor Speedway. The K&N Filters Good Guys Hot Rod and Custom Car National. It's not just another car show, it's an experience.
Don't miss the K&N Filters Rod and Custom Nationals today, tomorrow, and Sunday at the Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. Gates open at 8 a.m. daily.
To demonstrate how easy it is to use esurance.com, the online auto insurance company, I'm going to log on and get a quote while splinting a broken leg. Now, I don't actually have a broken leg yet, but give me a second and... okay, my leg is now broken, and let's begin. I'm logging on to eSurance, esurance.com. Here's the coverage I need, here's my instant quote, I'm buying my policy, and I'm done. Even with my vision blurred from the pain in my leg, it's still super easy to get comparison quotes on esurance.com. They show you other companies' prices, so you know you're getting a great deal. And 24-hour phone support is there if you have any questions at all. Like how to set a broken leg with your shirt and 2 sticks, as I am now. Wow, that hurts. But not as much as paying too much for car insurance. Log on to esurance.com today, because the easy way to get insurance is to take off the IN and add an E. esurance.com.
This Sunday, it's America's biggest night of television, only on ABC. A family deals with tragedy.
Johnny's mother was killed by a stray bullet.
While living in tragic conditions.
This family wants windows. They want heat.
But the Design Dream Team is about to supply a very happy ending. On Extreme Makeover Home Edition. And the 2 series debuts that'll have everyone talking. First, it's being called the best new show this fall.
I can't believe you tried to kill me.
Yes, well, I feel badly about that.
It's the highly anticipated series premiere of Desperate Housewives.
Did he have to sleep with his secretary? I had that woman over for brunch.
Then, Emmy winners James Spader and William Shatner star in a law show like no other.
Hate to extort in law.
From the courtroom to the bedroom, their best defense is offensive.
I am absolutely opposed to you sleeping with these men. Unless you truly believe it will benefit our case.
The series premiere of Boston Legal.
Be there Sunday, starting at 7 on Channel 8, The Spirit of Texas.
All attorneys licensed by the Supreme Court of Texas, not certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. Principal Office, Dallas. Bankruptcy handled by Rubin & Associates.
If you find yourself in a car wreck, dial 1-800-THE-DOGS because you got your rights. Dial 1-800-THE-DOGS.
Hi, it's JD Ryan with the Russ Martin Show. You know, when I needed a lawyer, I called Frankel & Frankel. Now you can hear what other clients are saying.
When I got in a car wreck and needed back surgery, I called 1-800-THE-DOGS. They got me $267,000.
If you're injured in a car wreck, don't settle for any less than you deserve. You got to call in the dogs.
I was behind on my credit cards. I couldn't make payments. I called 1-800-THE-DOGS. They helped me wipe out more than $83,000 in bills.
And federal law may allow you to stop foreclosures, repossessions, and eliminate credit card debt.
I'm attorney Mark Frankel. Results may vary, but if you're in a car wreck or have problems with creditors, call us, no matter how small or large your case is.
1-800-THE-DOGS. Legal representation with Bite. Tell them JD sent you.
That's 1-800-THE-DOGS.
VH1 Classic presents Rock's Best. Scorpions. Same night, same stage. Tesla. November 9th at Nokia Theater at Grand Prairie. The power and glory of rock in its purest form. Scorpions. And Tesla. The legendary music. And the new creations that will rock your world. One night, Tesla and Scorpions. With very special guest, the Keith Emerson Band, November 9th in Nokia Theater at Grand Prairie. Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmasters, including Foley's Fiesta Tar Records by phone 972-647-5700 or Ticketmaster.com. Scorpions and Tesla with the Keith Emerson Band, part of the Bud Light Concert Series produced by AEG Live.
The American Red Cross name doesn't imply an endorsement of this product or its value. See our ad in the Dallas Morning News for details.
This is a public notice. Due to the recent natural disasters in the Southeast, Town East Ford has been named an emergency truck disposal center. Truckloads of new Fords have been rerouted to Town East Ford in Mesquite. All will be sold at clearance prices. Example vehicles are 04 F-150 pickups, only $149 a month. That's right, 04 F-150 pickups, just $149 a month. To help relief efforts, Towneast Ford has been established as a Red Cross Relief Center to accept financial contributions. And this weekend only, Towneast Ford will donate $100 from every vehicle sold. Call 1-866-44-FORDS, 1-866-44-FORDS, or visit towneastford.com. Hurry, Towneast Ford's Truck Disposal Center closes Monday night on LBJ across from Towneast Mall in Mesquite. Towneast Ford, your Texas truck town.
Hi, Gail.
Hi there.
What do you got?
I've got TiVo and Expedia.com.
All right. Your out cue is Travel Right.
Save $100 on a TiVo box for a limited time at Best Buy, Circuit City, and Ultimate Electronics. TiVo, you've got a life, and TiVo gets it. See TiVo.com for details. Expedia.com, making it easy to find the trip you're looking for. Expedia.com. Don't just travel, travel right.
On Central Expressway at Forest Lane, the left center lane is blocked, and that's got you backed up to North Park Mall. On westbound 635 at TI Boulevard before Central, only the left lane open after a big old wreck, and traffic's backed up beyond Skillman Ardelia. On northbound 820 at Trinity Boulevard in Fort Worth, a wreck in the left-hand lane. And also on Highway 80, you've got a big slowdown from around Fork Road as you head toward Collins, but the wreck has just been cleared. Gorilla Glue is the toughest glue on planet Earth. Incredibly strong, 100% waterproof bonds to almost everything. Perfect for tough home repairs and building projects. Gorilla Glue, the toughest glue on planet Earth. I'm Gail Lightfoot on Live 105.3.
Thank you, Gail. Weather is brought to us by our content partner, AOL for broadband. You can go to live1053.com for your free trial. Storms coming in this evening. Kind of a cool front. It's going to feel very fallish for the weekend and for the state fair. 60 for the low tonight, about mid-70s tomorrow. We are at 87 degrees currently at KLLI in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
I just watched the whole debate. Watching Bush. Going, don't.
I'm saying.
Because anytime he had the great big long pause, you know what he was doing? He was actually gathering his words because he knows that he's apt to screw them up.
Right.
And he's forming it in his head. And you're thinking, don't. No cutesies. Stick to what's on your notes.
Yes.
I don't think it changed my mind. I don't really know that debates normally do that.
I don't think so either. I mean, one statistic that I don't think we have talked about was that something like 50-some-odd% of the people that saw the debate actually had their opinion improve of Kerry, whereas only 22% did of Bush. But you're right. I mean, that's not really the relevant question. Does it change anybody's minds? And
No.
I don't think so.
I think they normally say debates reinforce.
Yeah.
And I wanted Bush to do better.
I did too.
But if I didn't know anything about either one of them and I had to sit down in front of the TV, I'd have voted for Kerry.
Yeah. He was more eloquent as he is a speaker, but so was Bill Clinton. And he looked less fidgety.
Yeah, Bush was fidgety. He kept blinking, kept shifting around.
The blinky things.
Well, he's more presidential. I mean, part of what a president does is act as an icon, as a beacon to the rest of the country, as a leader of the free world. You know, you want your guy not up there scowling and making faces and fidgeting. You want a guy that stands up there and says what he thinks and does it with conviction.
I just wish he didn't look so freaky.
Yeah.
I'd be more apt to vote for him if he just wasn't so Craddock looking.
I agree.
See that story in the, I think it was on the wires about Craddock, since somebody, one of his...
yeah, I got that one too.
What'd you eat?
Chicken and broccoli last night.
It's very nice.
Spicy.
Yes, I can tell.
Quite odoriferous.
Steamed rice.
Dallas County Community College District Police and attorneys for the North Lake College professor are considering legal action against a producer of a locally produced, nationally syndicated Kid Craddock in the Morning broadcast who disrupted a college class last month as part of a prank which was broadcast. Oh, man.
I'm fanning it the other way.
God. Really?
surprised it took that long to get over there.
Yeah, you're feeling it.
Must have been a boogity fart.
The producer, Rich, whatever his last name is, entered the 8 a.m. speech class in progress, took a seat, and refused to show proof of enrollment to the instructor, Dr. Linda Long. Though the professor was skeptical about his claim of late enrollment, she gave him a class syllabus and attempted to continue her lecture. As the class progressed, the interloper, as they put right here, became disruptive and rude to the class and to the professor. The student's tape recording of the class shows that this rich guy from the show, made loud cellular telephone calls, refused the instructor's request to remain quiet, and actually told the professor she was really hot. When another student left the classroom with instructions to get from the professor to call the police, he began yelling with a bullhorn, yelling at the class, and then he ran before the cops got there. University sent a letter of complaint to the radio station requesting explanation. The cops are considering criminal charges, and the professor is considering civil action.
What would the criminal charges be?
At best, disorderly conduct. At worst, criminal trespass.
Yeah.
Misdemeanor stuff.
They seem to get in trouble a lot.
It's because they're zany.
Scamps.
Damn.
They're the ones that attacked gay Stephen.
Yeah. Pushed him down.
Scraped him up.
They did.
Made him cry.
Mm-hmm.
Tough guys.
Clearly a hate crime.
Well, really, that's the way they should have pursued it.
Absolutely.
If the story, the way Stephen told it, was accurate, he goes over to the Craddock Studios. He's on the sidewalk, dressed flamboyantly.
Yes.
As the queers are apt to do. And they come out and keep him from getting from the building. They tackle him on the concrete, scrape him up, make him cry.
They did.
And I don't think the station here, our station, went after anybody. That would piss me off if the place where I worked, nobody backed me up. Nobody really seemed to care.
No. Nobody ever addressed it, really. You know, Gay Stephen did, but I believe the cops even, when he called a few weeks later to ask.
They didn't seem really apt to help him.
No.
How long do you have to pursue that, Everett? What's the deadline?
Well, for misdemeanor criminal charges like an assault, you'd be talking 2 years.
Okay, so you still got time to go back and do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a matter of proof. You know, you need witnesses.
I thought there were witnesses. It seemed like they had enough to go out and actually make some kind of case out of this, and everybody just kind of dropped it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on that.
All right. Is it Birdie?
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to say two quick things. Hey, Russ.
Who calls you Birdie?
What?
Who calls you Birdie?
My parents.
Why?
My mother's Cherokee.
Oh.
The debate questions.
Maybe you crapped on cars.
No. Listen, the debate questions weren't pre-written, not all of them. The host was writing them on the fly based on comments that they were saying in the debate, which I thought was real cool. But the reason that George Bush...
Well, he was probably writing follow-up questions. I got a sneaking suspicion he didn't sit down that night and just start writing the questions at the last minute.
Right. Yeah, no, he would question things they just said and not just let it go. But the reason for the rule of not leaving the podiums, George Bush did that because of the 2000 debates where Bob Dole kept walking around over and putting his hand on his podium and getting in his face.
I didn't know that.
That's why they implemented that.
So everybody had to stay in their own yard.
Yes.
And how did you feel about the debates?
Well, I think it's kind of useless. They're just saying the same stuff up there that they say in their campaigns. They never actually say how they're going to do anything.
You know, I thought about that. Watching this, it was like seeing a stand-up comedian for the second or third time where he's going over all his same stuff again. I do think Kerry brought some new stuff to the table to where they had to go back and fix some stuff that he said in the past.
Right.
But it's like I said before, just because you look good one night doesn't mean I'm going to forget everything that happened leading up to this point. No. You came across good. You answered all the questions. You didn't screw up. Okay, that's one night. Why don't you try it again? Then we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And politicians, they always say, well, my plan is going to be better, but they never actually say what their plan is. So they make promises without actually any proof or backup.
Yeah.
Same always.
Well, anytime, I mean, there are pluses and negatives to each side. When you're the incumbent, obviously you're already in the place. People tend to vote in that direction. Now, on the flip side, it's easy to look at the incumbent and go, hey, here's what he screwed up. I'm going to fix it with my plan. And you ain't got to say what your plan is. You just say, I'm not going to do it the way he did. Look where he got us.
Yeah.
Thanks, sweetie.
Yeah, there's a right way and a wrong way to go to war. Mr. Bush took the wrong way.
Okay, so we should have done what there?
Gone with my plan. Tell you about it November 4th. And it's a doozy.
We forgot to bet on the debate.
Yeah, we did.
Do you want to lay down some cash on the election? I wonder if that's illegal.
That'll be fine.
We don't bet money.
No.
Okay.
It's a fabulous bit.
Yeah. We'll bet tokens.
All right.
And we'll redeem them for money.
You can't do that either.
Why not?
Well, they've contemplated that in the gambling statute.
Well, I mean, on the air, we're betting for tokens.
I understand that.
And then off the air, we'll redeem them for cash.
Okay. Still illegal.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, let's just open a casino and gamble with tokens.
Okay.
We can't do that. It's illegal.
You can't gamble with tokens?
No. Not if you're going to redeem them for cash. That's what they do in Las Vegas.
Well, you don't say on the air you're going to redeem them for cash.
Well, you just did.
I don't. Well, you actually do it. You don't actually hear the shuffling of the paper and the coins hitting the counter.
Yeah. Russell, please. I'm really getting sick.
Why don't you get one of those things that just shoots out fresh stuff every 10 minutes?
I could get one of those, put it on the wall.
Wouldn't be frequent enough.
Put a monkey on it. Hi, Jamie.
Afternoon, Russ. Afternoon, Grand Wizard. Hey, don't you guys in the clan like the wrestling? So wouldn't that be a good addition to the lineup?
Nice line. You put him through, Dan. What do you want?
He said he's exchanged emails with you about a wrestling show.
Okay. What about it?
Saying he thinks it would be an excellent addition to the station.
Why? Oh, the wrestling show that used to be on the Bone.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got one about that. Whoever was doing the wrestling show over on the Bone said that they're leaving there and they're coming over here.
Okay.
No, they're not. Well, it's better than, I don't know what we have on here tonight. He goes, but it's better than that. No. Nobody cares about wrestling mixed in with classic rock. Why would anybody listen to that?
They're huge wrestling fans. Why would anybody listen to NASCAR? They do.
It's a big sport.
It's huge. Just because you don't like it, there's golf, I believe, on the radio.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have somebody come in and talk about golf, and in between that, you get some Foghat.
No, no, you certainly don't. No.
So whatever the name of the show was, no, they're not coming over here. Okay. I got to call L.A. too. She called me last night twice.
Okay.
I didn't answer the phone because I saw it was her.
What, you have to talk to her at some point?
I didn't. First of all, I didn't feel good last night. I went home and I sat there and I watched the debate. Then I passed out. Okay. Phone rings. I look at the caller ID and it's her.
No energy. I got you.
And she says, "Yeah, and you got to have energy to talk to her."
Yes, even short term.
Right. Hi, baby, it's me. And she said it was some kind of emergency.
And I'm assuming Mona's not over at your house last night.
No.
Okay. I don't know how you're going to handle Monday. I really don't. It's makes me laugh.
Why?
Because you've got a porn star coming in that wants
I'm not going to let her. I'm not going to let her come into town. Okay. It's not worth all the grief. It's not. It's just not.
Okay. Then you need to call her and tell her because I think she's making plans and buying airline tickets.
Dan, would you type LA's number up into something for me? All I know is it's 603. Where's it going to come up? I got it. Thank you. You going to vote, Chloe? Yep. You going to vote for? Bush. Just curious.
Please enter your account code followed by the...
We never really asked, Chloe.
No.
I've got Gavin sending a fax down to Austin.
Saying?
Executing my 30-day notice.
Are you? Really?
Yeah.
I wish you'd give it one more month.
Well, they got one more month.
Right.
They got 30 days.
So ratings, so we're out in 30 days and ratings come in and they're good.
They're not going to be good.
Okay.
This show takes too long to get a handle on. It just does.
Okay.
It just does.
All right.
Hi, this is LA. Sorry, can't come to the phone. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks.
To leave a voice message, press 1, or just wait for the tone.
Okay.
To send a numeric page, press 2 now. At the tone, please record your voice message. When you are finished recording, you may...
All right, it's not as much fun as I thought it was going to be.
No.
Hey, it's 4:20 Central Time. Well, she's in Houston, right?
Yes.
All right, it's 4:20. I don't know what your emergency was, but call me back. I'm at the station. The number should have showed up on your caller ID because I don't know what this number is. I can't have her come into town Monday.
I agree.
It's not worth the grief of somebody I see maybe once every 18 months.
I know. So you have to tell her you have a girlfriend.
I'd rather not do that.
Why? Just be honest.
I don't want to do that.
Well, what's your reason for not wanting to see her right around your birthday?
Because it closes that door. If I tell her I'm dating somebody, that closes.
You can reopen it later. She's dated people since you guys were serious or whatever.
You just broke up with a boyfriend.
It's not like she's going to start disliking you. In fact, it may up your stock in her eyes. Gee, he's taken a challenge.
It's thought.
Possibly. I will take this break. Yes, go ahead, Debbie.
Yeah, Russ. May I speak with Everett, please?
Sure. One moment. Everett, telephone.
Oh, thanks, Russ.
Can I ask who's calling?
Yeah, my name is Debbie. I live in Weatherford.
All right. One moment, please. Debbie in Weatherford.
Weatherford, huh?
Will you take?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. The shyster will see you now.
I've just got a question. You know, I'm an old hippie, and I've got a 16-year-old son. He's got long hair. He goes to Weatherford High School. And, you know, he's got this jock with about 6 of his friends that, you know, are just kind of hassling him. Today they threw him up against the locker and told him they want to meet him outside somewhere. And I just, you know, my son's, you know, pretty easygoing guy. He's 6'2". I mean, he definitely could hold his own if necessary. But I just legally, you know, I would just like to deal with this kid legally. He's 18. My son is 16. And, you know, is he allowed?
All right. What's the rule?
Well, I mean, obviously, if he's assaulting Debbie from Weatherford's son, then that's a criminal offense and charges can be filed against him.
Okay. Being a student has nothing to do here. At this point, it's 18 and 16.
Right. He's 18 years old. He's an adult. If he commits an assault, he's treated as an adult in the eyes of the law.
All right. You get that?
Okay. Yeah, Russ, just 1 second. I did call the principal, and they said they wanted to see it on camera. But, I mean, they're
What the
not
hell's to
gonna
see
take
on
care of it.
camera?
Well,
are there cameras in the school? Is that what,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, there's cameras in the school. They told my son to come in tomorrow and tell him what time it was, and they'll look at it on camera. But if they, I mean, they're like real into their jocks. I mean, you know that. The jocks are always, you know, the guys. And if they don't handle it, I just wanted to know, I'll handle it myself. So this 18-year-old assaulting my 16-year-old son, I can file criminal charges against him.
Well, you can go down to the DA's office or to the city attorney's office and tell them what's happened, present whatever evidence that you may have. If you can get a hold of the video, obviously that would be very helpful. And then ultimately it would be up to the prosecutor to determine whether or not there is sufficient evidence to go forward with the prosecution.
But she's got something to throw in their face if they say, you know what, we looked at this, we don't think we're going to do anything. She can say, fine, I'm going to file criminal charges.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying, Russ. That's what I'm saying. I mean, my son's saying, Mom, could you get me some mace?
I got it the first time. Yeah.
Problem solved. Hopefully.
Now I know why you guys charge what you do.
Why is that?
I'd go berserk sitting in a room hearing the same crap over and over.
No, it's really mainly because we have such high overhead, all of our staff and electricity and rent. That's really why we have to charge.
A lot of people have all those things, and they don't charge $200-300 an hour.
You'd be amazed at what expenses you incur as an attorney. Just, again, our overhead's tremendous. Really is.
What am I missing? It's a normal office, right? Really, the most expensive thing in the office is the 2 attorneys that you have.
Well, and the staff, you know, employee costs are very expensive. We have 7 employees, including my partner and myself. So that's...
they all documented?
Every one of them, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
No, they're legal. We make sure. We don't hire illegal aliens. But thanks for asking.
I would sit in that room and I'd zone out.
Yes, you would.
Just but the fact that she said the same thing 2 or 3 times. Yeah. I got it. Do you ever say that? Okay, I got it. Shut up.
No, because That's not my role as their attorney. My role is to be their attorney and counselor at law.
Well, I know, but at a certain point, can't you just look at them and go, okay, I got it. You're 17-year-olds or 16-year-olds being harassed by an 18-year-old. Yes, you can file criminal charges. And then they come back and go over the whole story again. At a certain point, you got to go, I just answered your question. You can ask it again, but you're going to got to pay me.
Well, but
hey, you hold your hand out.
Hold your hand straight out.
Yeah.
The whole point of the conversation is to bring about some sort of understanding with them. If that has not occurred, then my job is to keep trying the best I can to get them to understand.
And that's why you charge by the hour, because if they're going to sit there and ramble, they're going to pay for it.
I'd be the other way. I'd be like, I don't really get it. Say it again. Give me the whole story. Start from the beginning. In fact, back up a few days.
Yeah. Sounds very traumatic. How's this affected you as a client?
Yes.
Perhaps we should confer with several other lawyers.
Yes. Let's bring some other people in here to hear your fabulous story. Were you about to read something?
Yeah, we got a
take
funny
break.
email.
Well, go ahead and read it, and I got a break.
You've turned my otherwise intelligent husband, Russell, into a moron. We were watching TV last night, and the Texas Lottery jingle came on. He leapt to his feet and started gyrating his hips, doing the Russ Martin stripper dance. Pretty fly for a white guy. He can certainly shake his moneymaker in rhythm, Ruby. I can't do that. I'm doing the same thing. I'm at home and it comes on. You got to get up and dance now.
Some guy did that at my appearance today. It came on.
I thought you were going to say in court.
No, we're hanging out. We're hanging out in the gas pipe, and the show's. You
were there for an appearance,
right?
I think you should say that every time you mention the gas pipe.
Yes, I was there for an appearance in conjunction with the station.
Got it.
And the Texas Lotto theme starts coming on. This guy just starts going wild, man, right there in the gas pipe where I was at an appearance for the station.
It's catching.
It's just a jingle. Just because I'm dancing to it doesn't mean all of a sudden you got to jump up at home and kick over your TV tray and do it. Is that it on 6?
Yep.
Weren't we going to do something with the headlights with this the other day?
Yeah, we were going to see if people would flash their headlights to this instead of the other song.
Yeah. And we'll do it when we come back.
All right.
I got to hear it. I'm sorry.
I know.
6 days to hit them. Maybe today they'll draw my lucky numbers. If not tomorrow, there's another.
Change hands.
Change hands. To be my turn. With all the games, I've got to like my chances. To do my celebration dances.
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. The Alternative Talk Station. Live 105.3.
Hey, it's me, Valerie, your morning news and traffic chick, and I'm here with my favorite mortgage man. He's Rodney Anderson of CTX Mortgage. And Rodney, it's been over 2 years now. I still love you. I haven't divorced you yet.
I can't believe that.
It's because you're taking care of my peeps. You're taking such good care of the Live 105.3 listeners. I thank you for that. What do you have to tell everybody?
Well, folks, if your loan doesn't fit in the box, you have a divorce situation, and your ex-spouse ruined your credit, or you had to ruin your own credit, give us a call. Let's see what we can do for you. If you're purchasing a home, just remember RodneyAnderson.com.
And don't forget the CTX Mortgage Show every Saturday morning from 9 till 11. We've got all kinds of fun stuff going on, and you can learn something.
Even you, Val.
Hey.
Just remember, listen to us on the CTX Mortgage Show here on Live 105.3.
There you go. Whether you've got credit issues or you've got perfect credit, you need to call Rodney Anderson of CTX Mortgage. He's the man that's going to get the deal done for you. It's 972-985-5208, 972-985-5208, or 24 hours a day, RodneyAnderson.com.
The following ad paid for by the Friends of Metallica 2004.
Elect the Anger. Metallica. The Madly in Anger with the World Tour. November 17th at American Airlines Center. Metallica live. In the round, so every seat's a great seat.
I was so close, I could see the sweat. It was so good. Metallica rock. Give me fire, give me that which I desire.
And Metallica's ripping a different set of tunes every night. The early classics to the present rage. Metallica, Madly in Anger with the World Tour. With special guest, Godsmack.
Probably the best show I ever saw, ever.
November 17th at American Airlines Center. Tickets on sale Saturday morning at 10 at Old Ticketmaster outlets by phone 972-647-5700 or online at cc.com.
Paid for by the Friends of Metallica 2004.
Sundays are fun at Baby Doll Saloon. Guys, you don't want to miss the incredibly sexy dancers from Argentina, Alabama, Russia, Europe, and everywhere in between at Baby Doll's Sexy Skit Contest Sunday nights. Hot music, hot girls, cool party. Ladies, try your act out on a live audience. Sundays at Baby Doll Saloon. Amateurs and professional dancers welcome. And you never know who might be in the audience. So far this summer, we've had Playboy Scouts and producers for HBO. Baby Doll's Sexy Skit Sundays is every Sunday night. Call or show up by 8 p.m. to enter. You could win up to $500 in cash first prize weekly. It's your turn to join the party at Baby Doll Saloon this Sunday. Plus, ladies, the winner is chosen by audience response, so get all your friends and favorite customers to come in and cheer for you. Get in free with any sports ticket stub. Meet your friends at Baby Dolls and cheer for your favorite sexy skits. Baby Doll Saloon, 10250 Shady Trail in Dallas. Go to babydolls.com or call 214-358-5511. Service Industry Night every Monday.
D&M Auto Leasing, the easiest way to get into a new car. And the most inexpensive way. You put no money down, you make your first payment, but there's no deposit. And depending on what you lease, you can save up to half, 50% every month, over buying a car when you lease from D&M. You want to test drive a car, they will bring it to you. You want to test drive a few different makes and models, and they'll bring those to you as well. If you're in a hurry, you want to go to a car dealership, they'll call ahead, tell them where you want to go. They'll call that dealership, tell them a D&M customer is coming. Let them test drive whatever they want, answer the questions. After that, leave them alone. And that's the way I did. It was the easiest way to get a new car. When I was all said and done and I went and signed the paperwork, it was maybe 20 minutes start to finish from when I got there and I left in the car. And I think most of that was waiting on them to prep the car. That's how easy it is. 817 or 972-35-LEASE. You can get all your questions answered on their website. It's dmautoleasing.com.
So there's this guy I work with who goes on incessantly about his kid. You know, little Paxton this, little Paxton that. Little Paxton made the cutest doodle today. I mean, if I wanted, I could go on about my new TiVo box. I could say, really? Well, can little Paxton get every episode of your favorite TV programs and show him whenever you want? My TiVo box can. Or if you gave little Paxton a word like tagliolini, could he find you shows about traveling to Sicily? The answer, I dare say, would again be no. Because nothing does all the things the TiVo box can do. And while little Paxton will run this guy well into six figures by the time he turns 21, my TiVo box was only $99. Perhaps instead of being enamored with little Paxton's doodle, he should go get his own TiVo box while it's still only $99. Yep, I could say all that, but I won't.
The TiVo box really is the easiest way ever to get the entertainment you care about. For a limited time, save $100 on the TiVo box at Best Buy, Circuit City, and Ultimate Electronics. You've got a life. TiVo gets it. MSRP for 40-hour DVR after $100 rebate. Monthly service required and sold separately. See TiVo.com for details.
Tonight, the new season of Joan of Arcadia continues on CBS. God has been asking Joan to do all kinds of things, but she's calling it quits.
I choose a life without you.
Will her decision hurt the person she loves most?
Call 911. Adam?
New Joan of Arcadia, then on Jag.
He's fired! He's fired! Who are they?
A Marine dies by friendly fire.
I promised his wife that I would bring him home safe.
Now Harmon Mack could discover
they all said they didn't fire until fired upon.
There was nothing friendly about it.
In the fog of war, errors occur on all sides.
My husband was murdered.
New Jag. Then, when you're a doctor in a Las Vegas casino.
My gun bleeding.
I'm not a dentist.
There's nothing wilder than a fight night.
I know how to take a punch.
Mom and Dad must be proud.
Rob Lowe, Joe Pantoliano, the new series Dr. Vegas. After new episodes of Joan of Arcadia and Jag.
It all starts tonight at 7 on CBS 11 for coverage you can count on.
The Platinum Club 2 is now open. Prepare to be impressed. Enjoy the brand new two-story, 18,000 square foot Gentlemen's Club. It's so big. With 2 VIP rooms, complete kitchen with lunch and dinner menus, a full selection of fine wines and cigars, the latest in lights and sound. Enjoy your favorite sporting events on 2 16 by 20 foot video walls. They're so big. The Platinum Club 2 is just behind the old Platinum Club on Northwest Highway, a half-mile west of 35. Just make a right on Lombardi Lane, and you can't miss it. It's so big. The Platinum Club 2. Prepare to be impressed.
Make a right on Lombardi Lane and a left on Wire Way. You can't miss it. Call 214-545-5600.
Based on the true story of the woman who ran over her cheating husband.
Claire Harris was in a life and death fight for her family.
Selah Ward, Suburban Madness, CBS Sunday. Viewer discretion advised.
DFW's Afternoon Legend. Russ Martin. On the Alternative Talk Station. Live 105.3.
Play beer?
What a night, Swami.
Some spread here at Ed's retirement party, TJ.
This should be an instant classic. Let's see how Phil plays it.
And let's not forget the night we shredded all those documents, Eddie boy? Fumble! Anyway, I raised this Bud Light to the man who practically invented micromanagement. To Ed. Flag on the play.
Okay, I've got unbeerman-like conduct on Phil, raising a beer with less taste than Miller Lite. That's a lack of respect. Promotion, unlikely.
Come on.
Replacing with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, half the carbs of Bud Light. Repeat toast.
An excellent call.
Phil could be back in the game. Yeah, so out with the old, in with the new. To Ed.
Nah, still doesn't look good, Boom.
I'm gonna sit down now.
This season, make the call for more. Drink great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Live responsibly. 2004 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Per 12-ounce Miller Lite is 96 calories, 0.9 grams protein, 0 grams fat, 3.2 grams carbs. Bud Light has 6.6 grams carbs.
Men, if you're looking for better sex more often, if you're concerned about poor sexual performance, please pay attention. The new Triple Action Enduralex system may be the most powerful natural male sexual enhancement product on the market. With 3 medically studied, doctor-recommended ingredients, Enduralex has the power to give you the confidence and performance you want. The first ingredient supports blood flow for longer-lasting rigidity. The second, healthy hormone production for greater sexual desire. The third, increased sensitivity, giving you more intense pleasure. If you take sexual health seriously, try Triple Action Enduralex for better sex more often.
Call right now for your risk-free trial of Enduralex at 1-800-781-8583. Ask how to receive a free supply with your order. Call 800-781-8583. For better sex more often, call Enduralex. 800-781-8583. That's 800-781-8583.
The Alternative Talk Station. Live 105.3. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Who is it? Slayer? I like that version.
Yeah, heavy.
All right.
Did you watch Channel 5 News this morning?
Rebecca Miller eat somebody.
No, but I thought of you.
Why?
She's going to
oh yeah.
go to South Lake tomorrow to host the wiener dog races.
You don't have to.
I almost fell out of my chair.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but I think they're having the Oktoberfest thing in South Lake. I think that's really close to the Larry North that I work out at. I think that's in the square. Did she say when she was going to be there?
Nah, she did, but I didn't catch it. I was busy laughing when they just said Rebecca Miller and wiener dogs.
Don't bring no dog you like. I may have to go watch.
That could be very funny.
Take this. We'll do news. Hi, Robert.
What's going on, Russ? What you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Hey, I got to ask you a favor, man. Just give it a chance.
It's not you, Robert. It's me. Give what a chance?
Austin.
Oh. Are you in Austin?
Yeah. Man.
Were you from Dallas?
Huh?
Were you from Dallas?
No.
Okay, so you didn't know the show at all until a couple of months ago.
Yep.
All right. Do you get most of it?
I get all of it. It's hilarious, man. We look forward to it every day. Got the whole office waiting for 3 o'clock.
You have a lot of emails saying the same thing.
I understand, and I figure the ratings thing is kind of
do this. Tell all the people in Austin to call you, and you can ask them personally what they think of the show. I guarantee you'll hear a lot of what you like. You just got to give it a chance, give it some time. The thing is, you went from a rap station to talk, so a lot of people didn't even know. I happened to stumble upon it.
That's going to be. That's very kind of you. Thank you. It's going to be one of the biggest things that they got working against them is normally if something, it's like if K104 here.
Right. Jesus.
I don't think this one will be on it. K104 here were to change formats, I'd never know because it's not on one of my presets because I'm not into the boogity.
I know.
Or if KSCS were to change, I'd never know because I never sampled that station. It's not one on my presets. I would just assume, I'm sure there are a lot of people in North Texas that still think 105.3 is a country station, even though it hasn't been for 4 years.
We find it out, and they find that all the time.
So that's going to be the biggest thing for them that they got to do something about.
They have no marketing. They have nobody out there. It's word of mouth right now, which is the way you built this station. But, again, as Everett said earlier, you had at least people knew you going in this market.
Right. Well, and at least going from the Eagle over here, we had the internet.
Right.
So if, I even had people email me after we'd been here for a year or so. Hey, what happened to you?
I know.
You left the Eagle. Did you think to check the website?
I know.
You got the email address. Take the Russ @ off of that and go see where I am.
People don't think that far ahead, though. A lot of people.
No. I've had people email me going,
well, then they're not going to be able to give the right information to the ratings company. So I don't give a rat's ass.
True.
What are you going to say?
I've just had emails. Hey, what's the web address for proflowers.com? I swear to Jesus. What exactly happened when you put the words proflower.com in the browser, didn't it?
I know.
They even put the .com on there.
They don't want to look up anything. They don't want to ask. They don't want to look up phone numbers. They want you to give them everything. It's like that student that wanted to write about Marconi or something and wanted some information from us. What happened when you typed in Marconi into a search engine?
Yeah. It's so simple now. Remember, in the old days, you had to research something. You had to get up, go to the library, figure out, understand the Dewey Decimal System.
It's absurd.
Yeah, now you can get anything you want on a search engine.
Type it in. Go.
Yes, Jason.
Boss man, you aren't serious about pulling in Austin, are you?
I think so. I don't like.
No, man, no. And you got.
Okay, fine.
No conflict today.
You all right?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
All right. What were you going to say?
Dude, you need to get on in Houston, too. I work Houston, Austin, and DFW. I've listened to you forever.
Yeah.
Please, get on in Houston and stay in Austin. They love you down there.
They don't seem to. The boogities don't dig my scene.
Hey, the boogities I heard in the restaurant were talking about JD, so.
Oh, the old ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Maybe another month. Thanks.
What were the old ladies saying about JD?
They couldn't believe that there was a station in Austin that had a Klansman on.
Oh.
I'm telling you, this show is hard to get a handle on.
I know.
You got me who say I've got feline leukemia, and then another guy on the show that's part of the Klan. Not just part of the Klan, he's running it.
It could be a little confusing. But that being such an eclectic market, I would think that would be
appeals to a lot of people.
It would be for Austin, it would be interesting because you'd want to learn more. I got to find out about this.
I want to find out about that guy because my cat's got feline leukemia.
How did he do it?
Yeah, how does he live with it? Hold on. Take this and then we'll do news. Hi, Mo.
Hey, Russ. How are you doing?
Good.
How you doing, Greg Dragon? Hey, you posed an interesting question. What are on your presets, 1 through 5?
88.5.
What is that?
KEOM. It's a Mesquite Schools radio.
Oh.
They play 70s stuff.
It's a cool station.
Yeah.
Can you pick it up here?
Yeah. I think they're about maybe 50,000 watts, something like that. Broadcast out of Mesquite. 92.5. The Bone. The Eagle still on there, left over. Jack FM. And the other ones are presets that came with the car.
Oh, that's cool.
That's about it. Mostly I listen to CDs and stuff.
I know that 105.3, I work at a body shop, so I get in and out of a lot of cars. 105.3 is on just about almost everybody's presets.
Some could be left over from the music stuff.
That could be.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Take it easy.
All right. You ready to go? Yep. The one thing I did like about Bush that he was able to focus on, although he repeated a lot of stuff, was that's not the way a commander-in-chief should be.
Behaves, yeah. You don't say it's a wrong war when you get people over there dying.
Right.
Wrong war, wrong time. And then tout, but I served in Vietnam, which was a wrong war, wrong time, wrong place.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, but that was okay. That's a banner of courage. On the other hand, this one is not.
I'm sick of Kerry's.
Well, the one thing I like,
history.
the one thing, he brought it up one time last night, and Bush immediately cut his legs off with, well, looking to the future.
Right.
Yeah, we're committed. I mean, this is a course of action that you can't abandon midstream.
Well, then you go back, and Kerry tried to fix that as well. Okay, we're there, and I'm not saying we're going to abandon our troops. We're going to go in there, and we're going to finish things, if I understood him right, and then we're going to get out.
And then he said, no, but North Korea and, who's the other one? Iran.
I don't know.
Are developing nuclear weapons. So what are you going to do about that? So you're telling us if you were president, you would then attack those people because they have nuclear weapons?
Yeah.
So we're expanding the war. We're not decreasing it. I don't know. It was just in circles to me.
Did you watch the whole thing, Everett?
Not the whole thing. Enough. I mean, it's the same rhetoric that we've heard before.
Oh.
It's not going to change my mind.
I realized North Korea was back in the forefront again.
Yeah, they're developing nuclear devices.
Well, they seem nice enough.
Yeah, they're really good chaps.
Swell.
Group of folks.
Yeah.
All right. I got nothing else.
Okay.
I just wanted Bush to look smarter.
Yeah.
He didn't. He looked dopey.
It's going to be interesting between that debate and next week, because these people are going to pull them aside, as just you and I did, and go, all right, quit with the blinky blinks.
Yeah. Stop it slamming the water glass around. Stand up straight.
Yeah.
And don't make no poop faces. Those will be the first three. Stop slamming around. Yeah. Don't make no more poop faces. And don't blink.
Yeah. Stand up straight. Unless you're making a point, then lean forward, but then stand back up. He's all hunched over the whole time, which I get his point. He's getting into the camera.
Right. I got that. He was more relaxed, and he felt like, I'm actually communicating. Kerry looked like he was addressing a parole board.
Yeah.
Graduation or something.
Yeah. I still think Kerry won. And I knew it was going to look like that. Mm-hmm. And because I like Bush, I wanted him to do better. So you cut him some slack. Mm-hmm. Just like this show. People, after a while, they like us. And even on days where we have a suck-ass, stretchy show, i.e. today.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Here we go.
They cut you some slack because they feel like they know you. They want their friends to do well. I wanted Bush to do well.
Yes.
And that could be why he didn't suck so bad in the polls, was people wanted him to be very presidential.
Pulling for him. I'd like to hear, and I didn't get a chance to flip on Mark Davis this morning and hear what he had to say, because he's a very pro-Bush guy. I'd like to see his take on the whole thing, because you can't say Bush was the clear elite winner. You just can't.
Well, you can, because
I understand.
If you had Bush and the people that said it was a draw, if you add those two together, yeah, Bush was able to come out of this relatively unscathed.
Well, and as you said earlier, there were no clear gaffes. I mean,
yeah,
he didn't make any huge mistakes. He just didn't come across as well.
Neither one dropped a doo-doo. Had they, that would have been the big focal point, because there was really nothing else to get a hold of. And I'm sure somebody's going back and checking all the figures and the numbers, and did everybody throw out the right, the right number of people that died in Iraq, whatever we're smoking. And how much money we've spent on the war. I'm sure people are going back and checking the facts. And I'm sure that'll come out.
It did. It's already has started to. They said Kerry misspoke what we spent on the war by $80 billion. He said
under or over?
Over. He said it was $200 billion, and it was really been more like $120 billion. So he missed it by $80 billion.
But that probably depends on which facts you look at.
Which facts you look at.
All right. Hi, Alan.
Hey, Russ. I'm actually from Dallas, but I'm calling from Austin. I'm down here on business this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And, dude, everything would be cool. They just need to change the imaging. It sucks down here.
I don't really think honestly, I don't think it's going to change that much. You got programming down there that really should. working the ratings. You got Stern, you got us, you got Time Like Us. I don't know what the schlock is. They got middays. But really, for the most part, they're 75% there. Changing the imaging may only get them another few percent the ratings.
Even when Up in Dallas was the Talk That Rocks, it was something you could actually enjoy listening to. But hold on, it's the Coyote. Oh, my gosh.
And the thing is, if you overhear somebody saying, I listen to the Coyote, you're going to assume that they're a hayseed and they're talking about Hank.
Country, yeah.
It actually sounds like imaging for a country station.
That's exactly what it is.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, something will happen. Maybe Dusty will get blown out. Thanks.
Well,
somebody said they have some really bizarre commercials down there.
I don't care.
You heard that?
Doesn't make any difference. The programming's there. Either people are going to get it or they don't. It doesn't really matter what you call it. They could keep calling the station The Beat. And if the programming's good enough, the people will come.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them another month.
All right. That's fair.
Then I'm turning the lights off. We're getting on the floor.
No, not.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, Russ.
Hold on a second. We still have time for news? All right. Go ahead, Matt.
But I had to ask you a question about one of those NBC5 sticks. Tammy Dombeck, would you eat it, buddy?
No.
You don't like those sweater puppets?
No, because she's got a puppet ass to go along with it.
Oh, I hadn't seen that. I guess you guys saw that in the hallways there. She looks good on TV.
I'll tell her that when I see her again. I don't know what the hallway stuff is. I've seen her on TV. She's a pork.
Yes. But
I'm sure she's nice enough, but she's a pork.
Yes.
I'd like to get a look at him, but I don't think I'd like to have sex with her.
No.
Because she's the pork.
Right.
Elsa Ramon, I'd like to do.
Yes, I know. We all know. Her husband knows.
Yeah, I met him at the police fire parade.
Oh, you did?
Very uncomfortable.
I would imagine. You've tried to screw his wife. Can't imagine what he'd be put off by.
And it's funny, she's making him carry around the kid, and he was wearing some kind of papoose.
Oh. Ooh, that's a bad sign.
Yes.
He's toting the kid around all over the place. She's running around visiting, chatting with people.
Is he carrying the purse?
I don't remember. It was just funny watching him carry and it was on the front.
Ooh.
Yes.
And the kid, what's fun? I don't know why it's funny, but the kid's facing out.
Yeah. It does look funny. I've seen that.
It's so koala-ish.
Yes.
I can't really think of a...
Yeah.
Well,
but
it's like
it
a
just
marsupial.
Yeah, that's exactly. Are they? Is that koala marsupial?
I don't think they carry their infants and their young. Perhaps they do, but I know
kangaroos.
Kangaroos.
All right, very kangaroo-ish.
Opossums.
Yes.
Actually, the only marsupial indigenous to North America.
Well, of course it would be.
Thanks. I don't want to take line 5. I don't want to bring up any more L.A. Mona stuff. I got my own crap to deal with this weekend. You say no time for break? All right, we'll be back then. We'll start news.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. KLLI, Dallas-Fort Worth, live 105.3.
Ladies, the next president of the United States of America, Wanda Sykes.